Okay, so all Singapore train, okay, so can I get your attention for a little while? Don't worry, hi, my name is Glenn. I'm not your MC today. I am actually, I'm very privileged to be here today to sort of open up for today's session. So before we begin, I just wanted to check with everyone on a few logistics. If you can, turn off your handphone or silent your handphones. Take out your handphones. And if everyone has your handphone out, we're going to have a quick Mentimeter setup online so that we all being Singaporeans, and we're all quite familiar with talks and seminars and forums, right? And usually when we have forums, we don't really ask questions. But to facilitate questionings and question and answers for today's session, we decided to use Mentimeter. And I'm hoping to get everybody to participate actively using your handphones. So if you need Wi-Fi, you can always log on online to free Wi-Fi at One North, or Wi-Fi is the second one is A-Star Guest. You just have to register now. It takes about a minute. So you go online, register your Wi-Fi, and put in your handphone number. Put in your handphone number, you'll get a one-time password. You can tap on the A-Star Wi-Fi today, and then use it. So I'll give you a minute. So everybody on Wi-Fi, so everyone has internet access. If those of you who don't want to tap on the Wi-Fi, you've got your 4G. I hope that you all can go and visit www.menti.com right now on your browser. Okay, open up a browser, go up to menti.com, right? And then I'm going to try and do a test now. And if you go up to menti.com, you punch in this code 424461. So I'll repeat that. It's 424461. So okay, so I'm going to run a quick test. Someone already put up chicken rice. Okay, good. so can everybody sort of do a quick trial and quick test and put in your favorite food for today, and then all being Singaporeans, crispy chicken skin, we have our salad. Okay, we've got salad. See, we've got more women, healthy, very conscientious individuals here. So can everyone test out the question, see how to use Mentimeter? Anything edible. Okay. Chicken rice, satay. We're testing only, so we're just testing out the system to make sure that you all know how to use the system. Log in, punch in a quick question, answer the question a little bit. We are in a biotech launch, right? So we should do healthier food. What are you doing? You switching over, yeah? No, don't switch. Stick to the food first. Scroll down. Is it moving? Okay, we got Roger. Oh, so someone said bird nest. Thank you. Okay, so everybody got a hang of it. The system, you're all online, answering the questions. So this is Mentimeter. Mentimeter allows us to actually ask questions, and it will be available all the way throughout from now to the end of the forum, and this way we'll probably do an answer, a Q&A then. So if you've got questions immediately, you can just whip up your handphone and then put it in, and then we'll address those questions as we go along. So you get an idea about what is today's event about, what is the product about, and you learn a little bit about the product, and then we can get a chance to answer your questions. So without further ado, I like to introduce so you can actually switch to the question. Actually, okay, so no more, stop testing. Okay, so we can go over to the next slide, which now if you go and refresh your screen, these questions will come up. Post your questions for the panelists here. So you can post any questions that you want along the way. Straight away ask the questions. In fact, if you want to ask a question now, you can ask. But I'm sure you don't have anything yet. Okay, so but if you do, you can always ask them. So without further ado, I think we're going to run straight away into the actual presentation. And it is my privilege and an honor to introduce Dr. Lim Ka-Meng, a very good friend and a very wonderful partner. So put your hands together for Dr. Lim.
Okay, a very good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Today I'm going to play two roles. First, as your host, and then second, as the keynote speaker for today. All right, so now I'm acting as a host. So meaning to say that I'd like to really welcome all of you here. Most of you are my close friends, close associates. And of course, I'd like to welcome, more importantly, my business partners, my business associates. More importantly, today's panelists, among them very prominent medical doctors, scientists, and of course, not forgetting, my friends from Indonesia, from Malaysia, okay, overseas friends, and especially today on a Friday afternoon, it's very difficult to get everybody here. So thank you for coming. Now, before I move on, I'd like to introduce to you a very important friend of mine. Happens to be today's guest speaker, and let me just introduce him to you now. Okay, he's actually Dr. Timothy Loh, right? He's been my friends for almost 10 years already. Wow, I don't know if we are so old already. 10 years already, and I think I've seen him hold many positions in Singapore. Among them, he was the ex-CEO of Gleneagles Singapore, a very, very prominent hospital in Singapore. And of course, of lately, he was also ex-CEO of Farrer Park Hospital. Farrer Park Hospital is the latest integrated hospital that is, to me, is a very fantastic hospital because it actually combines hotel facilities with the most advanced medical facilities. Okay, and of course, he brings himself now with more than 25 years of medical experience in various positions. So I shan't hold you anymore. I will now invite him to come to the stage to give us the opening ceremony. Thank you.
Afternoon, everyone. Glad to be here, to be always close to Kameng, who I've known for, I think, more than 10 years, since he started his bird nest cleaning at that time and became a prominent award winner, the Young Scientist and many other awards that you have won. I'm not really going to speak or give you a lecture. I'm just going to give you some thoughts. If we look at the biotechnology industry, the stakes are pretty high for the biomedical industry. And we know that the United States is currently the global leader in biomedical industry, accounting for 5 million jobs. But nations across Europe and Asia, they also seem to be fiercely pushing the mark. They invest heavily in research, as well as improving the access to capital for biotech startups. This landscape you will see, it can only mean that there are opportunities to learn, to adapt, and to grow following the US biomedical blueprint. And with government support and grants, Asian countries such as Japan, India, and Singapore, they are making impressive strides in building their capacity for research, for clinical testing, and for manufacturing. While the Chinese biomedical enterprises, though they are small in scale, they are making huge potential developments, as you can see, as you can read in the publications. Now let's look at Singapore. On May 24th, 2017, a local company raised US $33 million through an initial public offering on the Taipei Exchange, valuing the company at US $300 million. Now, this caused a wave of excitement throughout the local and biotech and research circles. The company that listed was none other than a Singapore drug development biotech, Aslan Pharmaceuticals, which develops therapies for cancer tumor types prevalent in Asia. So, Asian tumor types. Asian tumor types would be cancer of the stomach, nasopharyngeal cancer. These are more prevalent in Asia. So Singapore is the home to more than 50 biomedical science manufacturing plants. And we employ over 19,000 people with a value add of 15 billion. Adding to this are the crop of local biotech companies that have sprung up in the past few years. And they're beginning to stand tall against international pharma companies such as Novartis, GlaxoSmithKline, which are very big here in Singapore and in the region. A new generation of young physicians, both well-versed in Western biomedical sciences and traditional medicine. These are the new breed of fusion medicine practitioners making their rounds in Singapore. Now, tucked in the ground floor of the School of Biological Sciences of NTU is the National Technology University Chinese Medicine Clinic. So, you know, Singapore is also training TCM physicians. These resident physicians, they are recruited from the university's pioneer batch of graduates with a double degree in biomedical sciences and Chinese medicine. An indication of the embracement of Western and Eastern fusion medicine is growing here. When I go to China, I go to certain hospitals, there's Western medicine and there's traditional Chinese medicine. And actually they use both to treat their patients, right? One to enhance the immune system, one to treat in the Western style. And the sum of all research and development is vital in making the breakthroughs we desire to see. With international players such as Gene Oasis Group and the Figo Biotech contributing to the innovative research now and trademark patents, there are lots of patents that you have. The launch of GeneS today is set to raise the bar for innovative health supplements and the neurosciences and immune wellness space. And with the recent listing in China of one of its subsidiaries, this only signifies the ginormous quantum leap of a milestone made into the China market, while not ignoring the fact that among the more than hundreds that went listed, we were the only foreign company to have made a listing on that day in Shenzhen. We'll do Singapore proud and shine on this global stage and continue to create more biomedical breakthroughs for both mankind and the global community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Testing. Is the mic clear at the back? Can you hear me clearly? Thank you very much. I shall now address you as keynote speaker, so no longer your guest. Honorable guest, members of the press, panel specialists, forum panelists, sponsors, partners, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to everyone. I must also thank A-Star, not forgetting that this is their home ground. And it is like a homecoming for me, because I used to work at A-Star as a scientist more than 10 years ago. I have a lot of pleasure working as a scientist here, but ever since I branched off as an entrepreneur, it was a very well-deserving journey indeed. But today, whether you are an investor, an entrepreneur, a biomedical professional, a business owner looking for great commercial opportunities, or even just an individual concerned about health, good health, and wellness, you will be rewarded today for spending your precious time, as our group has very good news to share today. On behalf of Figo Biotech and the Gene Oasis Group, it gives us great pleasure today to make a press release announcement of another great work done with PTI of A-Star. Let me give you a brief introduction of Gene Oasis, just in case you do not know what Gene Oasis is all about. Gene Oasis Group is a Singapore-based business which delivers cutting-edge biotechnologies and innovative health supplements that uses bird's nest extract as a core ingredient. But bird's nest is only a flagship. We are innovating into many other natural products as well. By focusing its research on edible bird's nest, stem cell technologies, and the extraction of natural products, the group has developed proprietary extraction technologies, earned intellectual properties in the form of patents, and set new benchmarks for the formulation of supplement products. The group's formulations have important wellness applications, including those of neuroscience and immunological fields, and can make an effective impact on the psycho, neuro, immune, endocrine system, as well as fight against brain disorders, kidney failure, hormonal imbalances, and the aging process. Gene Oasis Group mission is to become a global research center of excellence for the commercialization of biomedical and natural products in innovating health supplements. The group has associated companies including Figo Biotech, which develop and distribute health and wellness supplements in immunity, in immune science. Let me now just give you a brief description of Figo Biotech. Figo Biotech is actually a Singapore-based company that is an associated company of the Gene Oasis Group, licensing exclusively the proprietary technologies and intellectual properties from the Gene Oasis Group. Figo Biotech focuses on developing products that promote immune wellness and help address chronic ailments and diseases such as viral infections, skin problems, autoimmune disorders, and even cancer. Figo Biotech has expertise in the evidence-based formulation of niche natural products in immune wellness and set the benchmark for supplement quality, efficacy, and reliability. It is launching its signature supplement, G-Nest, today. It is a proprietary formulation and enhances the body's natural immune system and improves overall immune wellness. We would like to thank Dr. Timothy Lau for his very impressive speech just now, for his description of the global biomedical market, and we fully understand the huge opportunities he has presented on the wellness market. We have also incorporated great medical talents over these last few years, such as Dr. Timothy Lau, among many in our elite network, to be part of the group in our exciting journey forward. As I've mentioned in my last press release was, I think, 2 years ago, the wellness market is too crowded with many various nutraceuticals and cosmeceuticals available. To be truly differentiated in the global marketplace, Gene Oasis takes on a functional approach to ensure all its products, whether it's functional ingredients, formulated products, or even biologics, are highly innovative and sustainable to meet the continuing functional needs of the users to achieve complete cellular wellness. Gene Oasis has been founded on the basis of wellness of our cells and on the belief that total well-being begins at the most basic cellular level. Our products are designed to work with the body to achieve cellular regeneration, cellular health, and cellular vitality. Most of the health or wellness products in the global marketplace are either not well absorbed into the bloodstream or not sufficiently potent enough to fulfill a cellular wellness function. Genoasis products are not only rigorously researched and tested, but at the same time, massively scalable and sustainable without compromise on quality and consistency. It would be in the Genoasis commitment and promise to its client that its nutraceuticals and cosmeceuticals products will be held to almost the same FDA standards as a drug. As our medical knowledge advances, we must understand the dangers of pseudo-wellness, the feeling of being well when we are not, especially when the cells of our bodies could not receive the complete set of bioactives necessary for total function. So most of us, almost 99% of us, are pseudo-wellness. We are not 100% well, although you think you are well. Edible bird's nest, or EBN, has unique bioactives that our daily normal foods could not provide, giving us complete functional wellness for our cells. EBN, or edible bird's nest, is an excellent source of bioactive nutrients. Most of these functional molecules are in the form of small glycopeptides, which could serve as cellular growth factors, molecular cytokines, or signal transduction messengers. Among most of the common foods studied by an NUS group, EBN provides the richest source of such glycopeptides. So this is the evidence. This is a study done by NUS. You can actually retrieve it from the journal bank. For those who are in the medical field, you know amino acids. So amino acids are very basic nutrients of basic building blocks of proteins. We all know proteins are very, very important. So this is the amino acid profile of the various food that has been conducted. And EBN stands for edible bird's nest here. Okay, you have milk done on the egg yolk, egg white. Egg yolk are seen to be one of the most nutritious because every day we eat, every morning, every breakfast we eat egg. So it seems to be very, very nutritious. And of course, we also did a comparison between the infant formula. So you can see that the total amino acid here, I just want to draw your attention here, is 439. And you see across the profile, 439 is the highest. So what does this tell you? This tells you that the rich diversity, because if you have a lot of amino acids, that means to say that when it's disintegrated, it should have come from a very rich diversity of proteins. And these proteins are very, very important for us, for our health, because most of these proteins will serve as messenger molecules for our cells. Because if you don't have enough of these, what we call critical molecules, we then fall away from what we call genuine total wellness. So that's very important. That bird's nest is seen as a very important food. In fact, it is the king of most food. And besides amino acids, you can see that even you look at sugars, and we're not just looking at glucose, because glucose is diabetes, but we look at a lot of other complex sugars that's important for good health, especially in immunity. You can see that even for the sugars, it's very high content, 140. Of course, infant formula is very, very high at 1054 because this is only understandable because as an infant, you need energy. All right, but you must know, most of the sugar that's present in infant formula is in the glucose level. Now, glucose, as you know, if it's too much, is not good for our body, right? But you can see, if you look at across the whole sugars, EBN actually provides the most balanced source of sugars that you need for immunity and, of course, to build any other things that your body needs. So the focus of today's press release, as compared to the previous one, is that of immunology. Today we talk about immunology, the study of our immune system. I will be using 3 disease models. Number 1, pathogenic viral infection. And that is a very, very hot issue now. H1N1, SARS, we all remember. what kind of damage they can bring to us. Pathogenic viral infections. Number 2, skin diseases. Number 3, cancer. I believe cancer is a very hot topic. Everybody wants to know more about cancer. To illustrate the need of a balanced immune system to attain complete, genuine immune wellness. Let me just touch on the pathogenic viral infections. We all know what dengue is, right? Dengue. Now, dengue viruses are members of the flavivirus that are primarily transmitted to humans by the Aedes mosquito. An estimated 50 million people contract dengue virus annually, and approximately 500,000 to 1 million infections result in dengue hemorrhagic fever or dengue shock syndrome, resulting in death. There are 4 dengue virus serotypes, in case you don't know. And infection by one serotype predisposes individuals to more severe diseases following a subsequent infection by a different dengue serotype. Now, what does it mean? How many of us have gotten dengue before? Please, don't be shy. I've gotten dengue before. Now, the first time you got dengue doesn't give you immunity because there are 3 other times you can get dengue, because there are 4 different viruses of dengue. After you get dengue for the first type, the next type you get, right, for those who already got once, you survive. Congratulations, because you are here today. But the second time you get it, you may or may not be so fortunate because the first infection will already compromise you. Okay, in the sense that the second time, when you contract the dengue, you'll be much more weaker. Third time, I think mortality rate is going to be higher. And fourth time, of course, you won't be so unlucky. In your lifetime, usually we only get dengue once. While the mechanisms of dengue virus pathogenesis are still being resolved, pre-existing non-neutralizing antibodies to dengue virus proteins enhance the infection of immune cells. The dengue virus is very smart. They don't attack your blood, they attack your immune cells. All right? So increases the potential for DHM or DSS following dengue viral infections and contribute to what we call immune-mediated pathogenesis. That means your immune system helped the dengue virus the second time to make you suffer more. Okay? So it's immune-mediated pathogenesis, in case you don't understand. Next, I'd like to touch about skin. Of course, my good friend, Dr. Fan is going to talk about that later on, but let me just talk about skin condition. Now, we all understand skin conditions. I'm talking about chronic skin diseases. I'm not talking about being beautiful. I'm talking about, just looking at diseases. Vitiligo, here. Have you seen people with this? This is a condition that forms skin patches without pigmentation, white. All right? Another disease, livido is known for bluish appearances that spread over the skin. Keratosis is noticeable by overgrowth on the skin. On the common skin conditions, other common skin conditions include dermatosis, eczema, impetigo, lupus, psoriasis. So vitiligo degrades pigment cells called melanocytes. Some experts believe that it is an autoimmune disease. It's an autoimmune condition that destroys the pigment cells. So vitiligo is common in individuals with dark skin pigmentation. Symptoms of the disease include white patches on the skin, pigment loss, and it can change the appearance of the hair and the eyelids. I won't talk about too much. Of course, there's another disease called boils. How many of you suffer from boils? Okay, in case you don't know, it actually happens on the scalp. Scalp form underneath the skin when the bacteria infects one or more of the hair follicles. So the boils typically start as a pus, filled lupus that grow, become painful, and eventually form a head that bursts to allow the pus to drain. It can be very painful. So these are most commonly caused by the Staph aureus bacteria. Boils have the potential to infect anyone. Nobody is immune about it.
However, there are certain risk factors that make some people more susceptible to boils than others. Close contact with somebody increases the risk, as does having diabetes, which lessens the body's ability to fight infections. Chronic skin conditions also increase the risk, as damage to the skin protective barrier make it easier for the bacteria to enter into the body. Anyone with an impaired immune system is also at higher risk. All right? So next, I'd like to touch on cancer. So for those people who are interested in cancer, please give me 5 minutes of your time. As you all know, cancer is a very terrible condition. In 2008, approximately 12.7 million cancers were diagnosed. And in 2010, nearly 7.98 million died because of cancers. Cancers account for approximately 13% of all deaths. Deaths from cancer were 5.8 million in 1990, that means about 10 years ago. So you see a very big jump in people having cancer. Deaths have been increasing primarily due to longer lifespan and lifestyle changes in the developing world. The most significant risk factor for developing cancer is age. Although it's possible for cancer to strike at any age, most patients with invasive cancer are over 65. How many of you are over 65? Okay. Some of the association between aging and cancer is attributed to immunosenescence. Immunosenescence means your immune system go down. Okay? So errors accumulated in DNA over a lifetime and age-related changes in the endocrine system. Aging's effect on the cancer is complicated by factors such as DNA damage and inflammation promoting it, and factors such as vascular aging, that means the blood vessel aging, and endocrine changes inhibiting it. Well, I think I should go directly now into today's proper session in case you are still not sleeping. How many of you sleeping already? I haven't touched about the scientific discovery, you know. You want to know about it? Scientific discovery? So let us now review the immunological benefits of the EBN extracts evaluated by the scientists at BTI of A-Star. Okay, my collaborator, Dr. Prof. Lam, as well as Dr. Susanna Kim, she's sitting right down there. Later, we will discuss more. Now, I'd like to also mention that the Figo Biotech proprietary bird's nest extract and its extraction technology is licensed from GeneOasis, as I mentioned just now earlier, and has already been protected under the Singapore patent. So we have many, many patents, but these are one of the few patents that that has been applied recently with respect to immunology. Let's go into it. Okay, I think 99% of people here are non-scientists, right? So I have to be very layman, otherwise more people sleep. Okay, the discovery number one. And these are real discovery, okay, because these are all published. So the first extract, E1, is able to inhibit dengue virus replication. Now, I'm not saying that this extract can replace vaccine. Not that, because vaccine is a different game. But vaccine, to be honest, until now, people have been trying dengue vaccine here and there. Still no dengue vaccine. Still not yet. So before we wait for dengue vaccine, I think you better eat our extracts to protect yourself. It is able to inhibit dengue virus replication upon direct application to macrophages. Now, macrophages is an immune cell. That's how I tell you, all right? Immune cell is the best model, the study model, because if you can study virus in blood, in other cells, but that is not the novelty. In fact, we are the first one in the whole world. We are the first one in the whole world that have conducted research using macrophages. Macrophages means immune cells. With thanks to, of course, A-Star. You can see that in the presence of EBN, which is the bird's nest extract, the dengue virus is absent. Okay, it's absent means there's the absence of a band, right? If there's a presence of a band, means to say that it's absent of the extract. The virus survives in the immune cells. Okay, meaning to say that, very simple, don't need to look at the rest because I think a lot of things you don't understand anyway. But most importantly, you need to know that in the presence of bird nest extract, that means if you eat this extract regularly, you have that natural immunity. No need to worry about vaccine. Natural immunity against dengue. All right? I'm not saying this is vaccine. I'm not saying that in case I get into trouble. But this is a natural immunity. Number two, the extracts can elicit production of interferon beta and other pro and anti-inflammatory cytokines. Again, upon direct applications to macrophages, macrophages is again done in immune cells. Okay? So, just in case you don't understand anything of this, let me translate for you. It just means that for our immune system to function, we all know immune system is very important. For immune system to function, we need a huge army of soldiers. Am I right? Immune system is our defense, is our army. You need a whole lot of immune molecules to help you to propagate the defense system in the shortest time. Because when there's an attack by any virus, you don't have time. You have to activate your army in the shortest possible time. Now the thing is that immune system, it is like fire. It is the double-edged sword. What do I mean by that? When you need it, of course, it will serve you. But when you don't need it, it will come and harm you. Now what do I mean by that? Immune system harming our body? Because a lot of times when we are well, when we get well after a disease or after an attack, we get what we call excessive inflammation. You know what is inflammation? Excessive inflammatory molecules that comes and attack our own cell, our own body cells. That means our own normal organs. You know, that is called autoimmunity. So it is important for us to have a good balance of pro means in favor, and anti, which is against. So here, it just tells you that it actually can produce not just the pro-inflammatory factors, but it also can give you the anti-inflammatory factors. That's important. And you must activate at the right time. Because when you have a disease, you must activate the pro-inflammatory. Because you have to attack, you have to fight the disease. But when your body is already well, you have to reduce your inflammation. Then the anti-inflammatory factors have to come in. But as we age, we lost the ability to do the balancing. You understand? We cannot balance anymore. And when we cannot balance, that means there is a dysregulation of the immune system, leading to either too strong your immune system or too weak your immune system. Immune system, you think it's very easy. It's not so easy, people. It is a very complex science for those people who are involved in immunological research. So what I'm trying to tell you is that EBN extract number 2 can elicit production of the interferon beta as well as pro, giving you a very balanced kind of immune system, which is so important for us to either, to alleviate most of the disease. So let me just go to the next slide. So in order for you to even understand immune system better, there is this thing called IRF3. Now today I'm actually giving you a lecture. But it's okay, right? I try to be as simple as possible. IRF3, it is interferon regulatory factor 3. You can Google, straight away you can Google. Google nowadays is very easy. So what does interferon regulatory 3 does to you? It plays a very important role in the innate immune system. Innate means the first defense that you have. All right? Our body has both the first defense and the subsequent defense, which we call adaptive immunity. Okay, so you have what we call the antibodies. You heard of antibodies? Now that is adaptive immunity. Innate immunity is that when the first attack, the innate immunity is activated. So that is important. It plays a very, very important role in innate, the first response. So activated, now what does it mean by activated? Activated, it is represented by the presence of a band here. Can you see a band? It's a very weak band, but you can see, right? Those at the back. So that means to say that, there is a presence of a band, means that it's activated IRF3. Activated means phosphorylated, doesn't matter. It has been linked with enhanced anti-cancer and antiviral prevention properties. So if you have more of this, congratulations, the chance of you getting cancer less. I'm not saying that you won't get cancer. I'm saying the chance, the risk is lesser. And also the chance of getting sick is less. Okay? And even, there are publications to even say that, you can even protect, when somebody got heart attack. Heart attack? Heart attack, we all know, is a very dangerous disease. But heart attack, immediately after the heart attack, the heart is destroyed, right? I mean, it's damaged. And because it's damaged, the immune cells cannot recognize the heart anymore. They think that it is a foreign cell. You understand? That means our own immunity attack our heart. You understand? So it's very, very dangerous. So both myocardial infarction usually is what we call subsequent, what we call complications arising from heart attack. And because you have a very good balance of IRF3, the way you manage your IRF3, then you have what we call cardioprotection. That is so important for people who have heart attack. Pardon me, I'm already halfway there. I got 7 discovery, not 7 wonders of the world, 7 discovery. This is number 4. Fourth extract could induce activation of NF-kappa B and MEC pathways. Now, what does it mean? In case you don't know what is MEC, these are not McDonald's, this is MEC. These are cellular pathways that helps the body, the cell, to respond. Our cells are not dead. Every day our cells is working for you. Do you know? Do you know that your cells are working for you? And your cells are working for you. There must be instructions to ask, like your maid in your house. You must tell your maid to do something, right? So you must have instructions for the cell to do work. So in order for the cell to do work, they have special, what we call cellular pathways called NF-kappa B or MAK pathways. Okay? Now, in case you don't know what is that, this is something that I like you to know. Okay? NF-kappa B, okay, has played a very important role in infection in your brain, your brain synapses, your memory is very important. Some people, they lose their memory, okay, because NF-kappa B is not performing well. Incorrect regulation of NF-kappa B is linked to cancer, inflammatory and autoimmune diseases. Okay, now autoimmune diseases like just now the skin condition we saw just now, the skin condition, autoimmune disease. So it's been linked to that, septic shock, viral infection, whatever, defective immune development. And MECs are involved in pro-inflammatory cytokines. Okay, what do? They regulate proliferation, what we call balanced proliferation, gene expression, differentiation. In other words, MEC actually does what it should do. Okay, that means when we need more cells, MEC will be activated. When we don't need cells, I'm talking about cells, S-C-E-L-S. When we need more cells, then MEC will come in, especially when people with cancer. People with cancer, MEC pathway must be activated. Why? Because you need to generate more cells to fight against the cancer cells. And at the same time, you must encourage cancer cells to die. So MEC pathways are very, very important for cancer. So this extract may be used in the enhanced and management of the various forms of stress. Now, don't underestimate stress. Today, whether it's work stress, financial stress, it is the first route towards diseases. All right, as long as you are stressed, all right, no matter what things you do, all right, no matter how perfect your body is, you will definitely go into what we call pseudo-wellness. So it helps in the form of stress, heat shock, septic shock. Septic shock means the bacteria or virus in the blood. That is bad, all right? You don't want blood, you don't want bacteria inside the blood. Septic shock and most of that viral infections. So extract 4 is very, very critical for that. Now, in case you don't know what am I talking about just now, here is a diagram. I don't think this diagram helps also. But let me just illustrate to you, allow me to tell you that the cells that we have, the immune cells that we have, we are always having what we call interaction with the external environment. We are not isolated. No cell is isolated. No body is isolated. So what we always does is that we always need to have what we call stimuli from the environment. It could be a good stimuli, it could be a bad stimuli. So if you have good stimuli like growth factors, you know growth factors? Things, let's say nutrients. You take nutrients from the food, then the nutrient molecules will come and activate, and then of course give you, cells grow very well. But if let's say a bad stimuli, like for example, something, you need a poison molecule. The poison molecule will then bind onto the receptor, and then it will cause death by a series of reactions. It is not just a one kind of thing. It is a series of steps, you understand? It's not a one-step thing. Oh, you eat already, tomorrow die. It's not. It is a trigger of various steps. And this, you remember just now, MAC, M-A-K, here? Remember just now, MAC and NF-kappa B? Now this tells you that, in order to have immune health, you must look after your MAC, you must look after your NF-kappa B. You understand what I'm trying to say? So even today, you don't understand anything. Take-home message for you today is that at least you must know what is MAC, right? And then you must bring home what is NF-kappa B. Now, of course, there are many other things that you need to know, but today, I think that's it. Otherwise, you go bonkers. But if you are interested, I can conduct lectures for you. Okay. Fifth discovery. What does this extract do? It could induce production of cytokines in the B cells. Now, just now we talked about innate immunity, which is the macrophages, the first line of defense. Now we're talking about the second line of defense, which is very important because even after you suffer from a disease, you recover, we have antibodies, isn't it? We have what we call memory. So the second time you encounter the same virus, you'll be protected. That's what we call antibodies. So antibodies are being produced by B cells, all right, in case you don't know. Okay, now I don't think I want to go too much in depth, but you just have to believe my data. Okay, the scientists are here. I have no reason to bluff you. But it is important for us to know that the endpoint because today you come, you talk so much for what? You just tell me what can it be good for. It is good for diabetes, it is good for arthritis, it is good for multiple sclerosis. You know what is multiple sclerosis? It is a very, very dreadful disease also, multiple sclerosis. So people with this kind of diseases, I'm not saying this will cure, hello, I never say, I say this will help a lot in the alleviation. Why? Because today, when we talk about a supplement, you must not just look at the outcome. You must look at the mechanism. You know what is mechanism? That means how it actually leads to the end point. So scientists always very, very boreal. Boreal means very nothing to do. We always like to find things that, because for normal people like you, I just tell me what is the outcome, right? But for us, we are very important. We must understand. Why does it lead to diabetes? Why does it lead to arthritis? There is a reason. You don't just get arthritis tomorrow. You understand what I'm trying? There is a reason. And in order to arrest that situation, you must understand your enemy. When you don't even know your enemy, how can you fight your enemy? Okay? Awake already? Thank you. Discovery number 6. It has a dose-dependent effects because we look at other extracts because we also want to find whether some of the extract is only a early stage kind of thing. Like for example, some people might ask me, if I eat this supplement, right? Okay, after I recover already, all right, then will I have continued protection? You understand? That means is this sustainable? Because sometimes the supplement is very expensive, I cannot eat every day. Can I eat like 1 week after that? Is there a sustainable effect? So we did a dose-dependent studies to find out on whether we can actually increase the cytokine production over a sustainable period, overnight or even over 7 weeks, so that even after you eat the thing for 1 week already, the effect is still there. It's sustainable. You understand what I'm trying to say? That is important, sustainable. It's not like today you eat already, tomorrow the effect's no more. Okay, so this is discovery number 6. Yeah, you want to take picture? Okay, now you can always get the slides from me later. Discovery number 6. Oh, no. Okay, I finished already just now. Discovery number 7. Okay, this is the last one already. Okay, prepare to go home. This is so important because it induces interferon, TNF alpha, interleukin 6. Now, let's look at the specific roles of TNF alpha. Okay, now, today, you learn something, you don't need to have school fees paid to me. But what is important, okay, at least today, when you go home, please understand 3 terms. TNF. Don't know? Take down, Google tomorrow. The primary role of TNF is the regulation of immune cells. Regulator is the government. It's the government of immune cells. TNF, being an endogenous pyrogen, is able to induce fever. Now, a lot of people think fever is bad. Is fever bad? Fever is not bad. Fever is good for you. Am I talking nonsense? No, I'm not talking nonsense. Fever is good for you. Fever is only bad when the temperature goes higher than is necessary so that it actually even kill your normal cells. But fever, it is important for you. In the event of a viral infection, you must have fever. Why? Because the fever, the elevated temperature, allows the whole body to get a new homeostasis level such that the immune cells must be summoned to prepare the cells for war. It's like ringing the bell, the warning system, warning the system to go to war. So TNF is very, very important for us. And you can see that it actually leads to apoptotic cell death, cohesion, inflammation, and to inhibit tumorigenesis. That means to prevent tumor cells from increasing in its size. So that is very important for TNF. Interferon, I think I want to go faster. It is very important, especially for neurons, neural growth factors, and especially in the brain. All right, especially in pro and anti-inflammatory molecules. These pro and anti-immune molecules. So a lot of people with dementia, a lot of people with Parkinson, I'm sure there are a lot. All right, now these are also a result of course there are other factors, but most of the situation will cause it is a progressive disease. It's not like, okay, today you get dementia, then tomorrow stop. Dementia gets worse and worse. You understand what I'm trying to say? Why? Because there are all these inflammation that factors that actually make the situation, it's actually a vicious cycle. It is a vicious cycle. Okay? So I think that is important for neuro survival. Interleukin 6, it is important, okay, in burns, in trauma, in infection and things like that, okay? So, and even in bone cells, some of the bones, osteoarthritis is very important. Bone cells, formation and things like that, muscle cells, very important for interleukin 6. I won't want to pretend to be an immunology expert because I'm not an expert. The real expert is Dr. Kim, which she will talk about it later on. So I think I just want to let you know that from E1 to E7, the 7 extracts are able to induce various immune cells to increase production of pro and anti-inflammatory cytokines. Now that is a very important discovery. Okay, and we hold that proprietary rights. This modulates the immune system as both types of cytokines are boosted, both the anti as well as the pro, thus balancing the cytokines present in the body. Now this prevents the overproduction of any particular cytokine, resulting in an imbalanced immune system that can give rise to diseases. How much time do I have? 2 minutes. Okay. Then I will talk about the main thing. I still have three pages. Never mind, you can have a private time with me after that. Let's talk about GNAS. Now, GNAS is a select premier class of proprietary bioactive compounds from natural herbs and seeds, and the extraction biotechnology of such compound could be applied to FDA approval. In fact, we are trying to go for FDA approval not for the supplement, but for the extraction technologies. It could evolve to be a hugely attractive merger or even partial acquisition target by some of the biggest pharmaceutical giants in the world, bringing unimaginable returns to the stakeholders. If having implemented is well mapped out business strategies correctly, GNES in itself could achieve unicorn status, potentially in the making. Some of you may be thinking that we are dreaming. We are still very far away from the 1 billion target. But allow me to show you evidences of the Singapore biotech scene. According to the EDB website, which is the Singapore government, the benefits of Singapore as a biotechnology cluster leverage on its combination of logistic, international connectivity, robust intellectual property protections, and claims to being Asia's most rapidly biotechnology cluster. Now, this is integrated with strategic partnership opportunities presented by a collection of research institutes, corporate labs, and public hospitals. In essence, it provides a test bed for developing new medicine and future therapies that can be customized for regional and global markets. Actually, we have a very good platform here because a lot of the US medicine cannot be applied to Asians. Because US is different. We are Asian. So Asian must have Asian medicine, isn't it? So I think we must come up with our own drugs or medicine, I'm trying to say. So the EDB claims to have invested more than $3.7 billion over a period of 2011 to 2015 to enhance its existing biomedical R&D infrastructure and mechanisms for commercialization, as well as sharing that in the 2000 to 2010 period. Singapore manufacturing output quadrupled from $6 billion to $23.3 billion, with the sector accounting for an estimated 5% of the national GDP. So I think I have the privilege to have Dr. Fan here. Dr. Fan Tuan Teng, I think he's a very famous scientist. I think he's also one of our panelists. I always admire him for his entrepreneurial spirit because just 2 years ago, he came out on this news. Sorry if I may show. He is the real person. He is the founder behind some of the technologies behind CodLife. You all know what is CodLife. CodLife is a very successful project. His company 2 years ago was 700 million. Not reported, reported by the Straits Times, huh? $700 million. I think now more than 1 billion already. So that gives us hope. Who says that Singapore company cannot achieve unicorn status? We can, if only we are all united and put ourselves together. So now, maybe just let me finish off the last statement. We are about to have a biotechnological revolution for our group. Revolution, I say, because we have a lot of functional medicine from functional supplements. I'm not just talking about supplements, functional supplements. And we cannot undertake this massive revolution alone. Our group cannot take it alone. We will need all the support from the media, from investors, from strategic partners, from bankers, from regulators, from government agencies, and talented individuals to join us in our quest to bring forth and realize the true value of total functional immune wellness for the human race. Thank you. In case you have not had enough, I have another doctor for you. But this doctor is better. I think he is more humanity. He has more humorous things. He is also my good friend. Okay, has been working with me on a few projects, including vitamin C as a potential therapy to fight against cancer. Okay, now today I don't want to put all the spotlight on GNES, but GNES is the spotlight. Okay, but all right, we want to be neutral and to tell you that there are also other molecules like vitamin C, okay, which is present in bird's nest, by the way. Bird's nest have vitamin C. He will share with you, why is immunomodulation important for us, especially in our fight against cancer. Now, I tell you, don't think that we will not get cancer. Today, even you have, tomorrow you might get cancer. I'm not cursing you. This is a real fact. And you have families, am I right? Cancer comes to you in the most unknowingly manner. not when you are ready, when you are not ready. So I let him talk to you because he's the real expert. He's a medical doctor, and he has been a fantastic friend of mine for more than also 10 years, I think. And he is having a specialist degree in occupational medicine, and he also a lot of other medical portfolio. Okay, so I think if you really want to know him, Google him lah. Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Raymond Yuan.
Thanks, Dr. Lim, for his kind introduction. Look, nice to meet all of you here today. I see some from this 365 Cancer Prevention Society. Our chairman is here, our committee. And special welcome to Professor Yu, who is my well-respected professor in ENT. You know, most of the ENT surgeons are trained by him in Singapore. His clinic just next door there. I came by and met him. So he's a special guest to me. Okay, so he came and support me. One thing about this professor, he's open-minded. He knows what I'm doing. Okay, and he support what I'm saying today. Most of you don't know about me. I'm from Hong Kong, by the way, so you can enjoy my Hong Kong accent. Just change your channel a bit. So don't. So Professor Yu also from Hong Kong University. Okay, a proud Singaporean, went over to Hong Kong, graduated there, and be a professor here. And this morning, actually, I see a patient, a middle-aged young man, came to see me, have a very rare cancer, through this vocal cord cancer. This morning, I think about Professor Yu already. I sent to see him. Okay, so, and this man's coming so sad. He's a finance investor. I think he has a lot of money. He's been spending a lot of time in investment and doing a lot of things overnight, stress. Then now he recognizes wealth is not just one thing. It's health. He cannot enjoy his wealth now. He's now planning what to do with his money, you know. So he's forgetting about this immune system. Okay, you know, last time Emperor Qin, Chun Qi Wang, he's looking for a wonder drug to keep him alive for eternity. Okay, he sent 3,000 young men and women overseas to look for drugs, look for medicine, anti-aging. And he died at age 49. Okay, so young, you know, so much wealth, you know. So there's no wonder drugs. Okay, no good best physician, but he's looking for outside sources. But inside is your immune system. We forget your inner doctor is more important. And there's a way to boost your immune system. Today I would like to share. This is something simple. Everybody should know about healthy lifestyle, no drinking, no smoking. And this man had been smoking, drinking, and stopped just few years back. Okay, and fruits. Why you eat plenty of fruits and veggie? So today, and some of the things can destroy your immune system. Okay, so you should be aware. 1 in 3 Singaporeans will get cancer eventually, whether you like it or not. This is the statistics. So we should have, this is the top cancer, top killing in Singapore. Okay, prevention is much more important now. Treatment is still not very successful. Okay, so every year a lot of people die in cancer. You know, it's talk about 7 million. Every time I think of 7, 8 million. I think about that, it's just like the population of Hong Kong, you know, 5 million. The time is 5 million. Now 8 million, 7, 8 million. The whole Hong Kong people die, you know. This amount, this is the scattering, this is the number of people. Okay, so these are the cancer supporting food. Okay, and this is also good for anti-inflammations. Okay, so like turmeric, all this garlic, this one easily get, you know. That's why Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, he said, let food be your medicine. That's the best. The doctor don't like it, of course. Then you take away, let the farmer get all the. So our Dr. Timothy know what he's coming to what do what, you know, farming, drugs. So cannot be this, but certain in acute medicine we still need. But for long term, you cannot put medicine for a long term. Chronic, this poisons. Okay. And look, I've tried to find out what are the immune supplements. Today you talk about bird nest. Then I found no bird nest. Where I find bird nest? Then they look about probiotics. I know. Vitamin C I also know. this Echinacea beta-glucan. Then they come out chicken soup, you know. Want the chicken soup, you know. Then I check, is that the spiritual food? No. We need an article called chicken soup, you know. Then I say, what about bird nest then? I do a surprise. That's what he said. Improvement of this edible bird nest enhance the B lymphocytes, you know. It's proven, documented. Okay, with this scientific paper, you may not see clearly, but it's inside. So definitely that you are selling something with evidence, okay? That can help to improve the immune system. What's inside the bird nest? Just the professor have said, Dr. Lee has said. So much things, you know, so much nutrients, amino acids, protein, lysine, all these are good for our immune system. That's what the article wrote, I think wrote by one of the Amor, why Chinese like to take bird nest. Then I read, then I'm convinced, maybe I should get some sample today. And then one thing they talk about, you talk about vitamin C, nothing to do with bird nest. I said, no, here, they got vitamin C here. And Dr. Lim and I have written a paper because we are serving in the Cancer Society, Care Prevention Society. So we are looking for, last time no bird nest, so he just came out this field. Last 10 years we have got bird nest. Maybe now we can consider as one of the supplements. And bird nest is not just for the sick, you know. What about the wealthy and the healthy athletes? The Singapore athletes, university. So they do a lot of training. They need boost, they need supplements. What do they take? Vitamin C and bird nest. Oh, another thing, also you can go to the, here, put another store that can sell already. But no, these athletes, for the training, for the, so bird nest, this supplement, a lot of people, it's so common. Okay, more than 76%, they take supplements. Okay, then what are the food? Most of this you can find from the plant. It's a plant-based diet. You don't find it in animals, strangely. All the anti-cancer food, you know. You cannot find an animal can prevent cancer. You'll be extinct already. You'll be killed already. So most of them are plants, okay? And what are they? Vitamin C, vitamin E, okay? Bioflavonoid, turmeric, zinc, garlic, all this from your kitchens, okay? So I'm really thinking about making a herbs, all of this, and as a cancer supplements, okay? So it helps. But today I cannot talk about so much. Just talk about 20 minutes, just vitamin C. This is something interesting. A lot of people know about vitamin C for common flu, to prevent flu. Not true, you know. In medical so-called statistics, vitamin C cannot prevent your flu, okay? So this is something. But they do find out vitamin C can reduce your duration, the severity. So it's still good, you know. One time I checked with one of the medical group, the administrator, not Dr. Timothy. Asked him, what is your best selling drugs for among your groups? I want to get some secret out. They say to me, they check vitamin C. I was shocked. How come vitamin C? Because this company have a lot of corporate clients, you know. A lot of come for MC, they want to give. Vitamin C is the safest, you know. Anything, vitamin C, then they give. This is the best-selling products. And last time in the 17th century, did the sailor go for long months on the sea. A lot of people sick and die, you know. Millions, they got to die. They don't know what to treat. What is it, infection, anything? They found out Lyme. This vitamin C can treat, eventually actually help the British to win the war against the French, you know, because they have this Lyme, the vitamin C. It was discovered in the 1928. And then came out in 1933. Those time the old age physicians are very smart. Straight away they use the vitamin C to kill virus, antivirus, you know. They treat polio. Polio is a very debilitated disease, crippling, cannot walk. So they use for polio. And then pertussis, whooping cough, tetanus, all come out to be effective, okay, documented, okay. And then this Dr. Kleiner, he used vitamin C, okay, to treat 30 different diseases using vitamin C, intravenous. Then he said if you give a proper dosage, that can be reversed. A lot of this antivirus, okay, even some cancers, okay. A lot of this disease still cannot be reversed. Now even dengue fever, vitamin C helps, okay? By the way, you see a paper published by Malaysian medical journals. Papaya leaves juice can treat, okay? Plus your, okay, pot nest, of course, today, okay? Make a good concoction and can create a dengue. No need to go to hospital, okay? Okay. See the doctor, they say put you on drip only anyway, okay? And then in the few years back, there's a New Zealand farmer developed swine flu, okay? Very bad, the whole lung white up moment, totally cannot be put on respirator in the ICU. Then going to die, everything negative, okay? The doctor say, turn off the machine, let him go, because insurance don't save some money. The family members say, no, why not try something else? Try, no bird nest at the time, try vitamin C, okay? Give vitamin C, because there's some publication already, antiviral, try. They say, no, no time. Because they give it 2 days. 2 days, they try. They found it to be effective, The lung get better. But eventually they lower the dosage, they get worse again. Eventually, this case is interesting. The patient had go to the lawyer to fight to get his vitamin C. Eventually, he come up alive, This is so-called living proof. You can search, you can do a Google search, you can find. This is Alan Smith, Swiss, New Zealand. It's a YouTube video. It's documented. So it just reflects how the general public are aware of vitamins. But the doctor, because according to the training, they cannot compare how can vitamin supplement can help such a serious situation. Today I'll show you some of the latest finding. Okay, vitamin C, just like what I said, but all this improve your skin. Okay, last time in Singapore, in Thailand, you go, they do vitamin C infusion with glutathione, skin whitening. A lot of ladies, even my mother also, sometimes they take vitamins, right? For general health, for skin, booster immune system, collagens, okay? And then some for it's important for your hormones, for your catecholamine. And one thing, there's something new today. Most of you don't think about vitamins, just a vitamin. It helps in gene regulation. Today I'll talk about how vitamins help cancer patients to turn on the cancer suppressor gene and then signal the cancer to die. It works. It just came out these few months ago about vitamins. And how vitamin C here helps. And this similar function for bird nest, Every step, like you have an infection, you have the bad guys here. So the vitamins C go inside the loaded neutrophil. This is the white cell, like the policeman inside your body. So they loaded all the ammunition. Okay, go and fight. So they loaded, and then where? So they have the chemotaxis. So they direct. All these steps are aided by vitamin C. So if you lack of vitamin C, so all this function will be suppressed. That's why when you are in infection, inflammation, you need more vitamin C's. Not just the daily recommended about 90 milligrams or 75 milligrams for ladies. Okay? So they have to clear up the toxin from your body. Okay? And then to clear up the things. And then vitamin C, besides vitamin C, they need other things, like zinc. Okay? Much more. Okay? Like what I see in the blood, all other nutrients, amino acid, proteins that can help. This is lymphocytes. Okay? This is so-called to clear up the infections. Okay? So vitamin C play a very important role in immune system. Okay? And then they try on cancer. Linus Pauling, is a Nobel Prize winner. 2 Nobel Prize. Okay? He got one is chemistry. Second one is the peace. Nobody got 2. He's the one of the smart guy. Then he proposed maybe vitamin C go a higher dose. Intravenous 10 grams for 10 days. Okay, and then continuously 10 grams every day. And they tested, they found it survival more than 4 times. That is good news. Vitamin C everybody can buy. You can just go and find. Okay, you take 10 grams, then you live, you have a better survival. So they're very happy. That was in the 1970, 76 like this. Okay, so, but another news came out by this is cancer doctor, oncologist himself. Okay? He set up a cancer center. And then he tested all this vitamin C, B, C, and D. He said, no use. He used a randomized double-blind clinical trials and published the papers in the New England Journal of Medicine. This paper well recognized by the doctors. Yeah? This Linus Pauling, they published on those scientific journals. Not many doctors read scientific journals. Nobody like Dr. Lim's lecture. So scientific, you know. We are more practical. Tell me what's it, then tell me the end. Don't we just test it? So they say no, they mean no use. Okay? So that's why you know, but he published two papers in 1976 and 1985, 79, 85. Then he say vitamin C no use in cancer. And you know, 1979 to 1986, these are the time, these are the doctors who trained this time, they are all brainwashed. That's why most of the doctors now at this time, they are senior, you know. They say no, because published already. New England Journal of Medicine, no use. And people find out why, because Linus Pauling, they took intravenous, go into the blood. He take oral, totally different protocol. So it's refuted already. And then he died of lymphoma at age 66. Linus Pauling, 92 years old, you know, he still lived longer. Then, you know what happened? Recent finding. If he believed what Linus Pauling said, he may still be living today. They found vitamin C actually help effective against lymphoma. That is this a few months ago, August. It helped in lymphoma, you know. How they say it works? Restoration of the T-tag function. Because they found out some of why the cancer keep multiplying. They don't stop. Because one of the gene suppressed, okay, by this, and vitamin C help to reactivate this text, okay, these 10, 11 translocation genes to activate the gene. So activate the cancer suppressor gene again, so that they signal the cell to die, you know, the cancer cell. So this is a bit technical, but I'll show you this. Right? And one thing good about vitamin C, it's toxic to cancer cell. What about the normal cells? Nothing. Leave it unharmed. Make it, you feel better. You know, nobody suffer from taking too much vitamin C. You take orally, you may have some loose too. You take too much. How much is too much? Over 8 grams, 10 grams, okay? But normally you take 1 or 2 grams, it's nothing, you know? But when you are sick, when you get down with flu, you can take more, 2 to 3 grams. Linus Pauling, he take almost 10 grams per day, you know, for his daily health, okay? And these are cytokines, you know. Vitamin C actually modulate, reduce the inflammation marker, okay? Vitamin C is antihistamine, okay? Sometimes you get allergy, you get infection. They just take some more vitamins. You can reduce the rashes, okay? So it's already published. And vitamin C has been discussed. Last time because of these people, a lot of people still do not know, still thinking about vitamins no use. Passing expensive urine, you know. Take so much for what? Just clear, all come in the urine because the half-life is very short, okay? Unlike your burner, it can last for, after 7 days. So we should consider using this one for burners. I don't know whether next time physicians should prescribe burners for dengue. You know, dengue. It's good, you know, you are documented, scientific base, you know. See? But now, for vitamin, it's still controversial. It's still talking and they're still debating because some of the people they still think it's not effective. But how does vitamin C work? For you, some of you do not know biochemists. Just look at these two. Looks the same to me. They're the same, you know, this one. Everything, but one is vitamin C, the other is sugar. One is sugar is toxic, like Dr. Lim said. Sugar too much is no good, you know. Anything too much is no good, except money, maybe. Anything. So it's too toxic, you know. And vitamin, you know, cancer patients not supposed to take sugar, you know. Why? Because sugar feed the cancer. But vitamin C looks similar to sugar. Oh, that is good, you know. It becomes like a Trojan horse. How they say? Well, because cancer full of this sugar receptor sites, okay? So when you pump in vitamin C, what they do? They fill up all these cancer receptor. They want to break down the water this vitamin C ascorbic acid. They think it's sugar, but they break it down, you know. So they break it down into hydrogen peroxide. You know hydrogen peroxide? When you wash your mouth, when you clean the wound, this hydrogen peroxide. It kill the cells. So what happens? You have vitamin C around the cancer, they die. Okay, it's very good. Cancer cells die just because of that, you know. But what about the normal cell? They kill the normal cell? No, our normal cell is normal because we have the enzyme, catalase. this catalase break down the vitamin C into water and oxygen to use it for your skin, or your the hormonal functions. So it's one stone, two birds, Kill the cancer, build up the body, okay? So that is exciting news, Now today is even more happens. Okay, usually combine. That's why the oncologists are smart now. Hey, why don't we combine it with our drug? Because the patient, after chemo, they are very sick, die. Boosted the immune system. How to do it? Give some vitamin C, combine. Good result, So oncologists overseas are trying, okay? And vitamin C, how to treat cancer. That is just a year ago. They found out more news coming out. Why don't we get some vitamin C together with your normal cancer treatment, okay? In radiation. So they wants to kill, the other wants to build up the cancer, build up your body. Then, some use very low dose. 1-2 gram no use, I'm talking high dose. High dose is, how much higher? Is 1,000 times higher, okay? Something about vitamin C, not say no, I cannot find out any single drugs safer than vitamin C, okay? Your sodium chloride, the lethal dose 50, that means about 3 grams. Sodium chloride, your salt, table salt, 3 grams per kilo. You take more than that, 50% you die, okay? Aspirin, 2 grams, around 2 grams, 1.9 something, 2 grams per kilo, you die. For vitamin C, it takes 12 grams per kilo. You have to take a lot, to commit suicide. You don't go back and take a lot of vitamin, you say you commit suicide, But difficult to die with vitamin C, but you need to take a higher dose, okay? And now, even something wonderful, they combine with doxycycline, antibiotic. Antibiotics, sometimes the kids, they get acne, they get infection, come to see us, antibiotic, they get 1-2 months, it's quite safe for young adult. That's doxycycline we give. Doxycycline can use for anti-malarial, okay? Somehow this one work wonder. Combine with your vitamin C, kill the cancer cell better, 100 times, you see? It's a synthetic combination, targeting at the metabolic flexibility. So they channel, they must use the sugar pathway. And then they kill the cancer stem cell, not just the cancer cell, What makes the cancer so resistant to treatment is the stem cell. So none of the chemo drug can treat the cancer stem cell. Now they prove vitamin C can try, kill the cancer stem cells. And vitamin C proved to be safe. One thing good, your drug so potent, so powerful, but most patients die. Like some kill, no use, eh? But vitamin C is so safe. A lot of people, they're taking a lot of medicine today. They come to see me, give me one bag. What is this? What is the name? They pick it out, I don't know. They have been taking the medicine for few years. They don't even know the name of this medicine, I would blur. I cannot make a guess also. I have to get out the record. But for vitamin C, everybody knows. Oh, this vitamin C, okay? So for lung cancer and brain tumor, they've been using normal recommended dose for adult, like as 90 milligram per day, okay? Some say now, not enough, they say 200, okay? 200 milligram. So by increasing the dosage to intravenous, to 1,000 times, 90 grams, go intravenous, still safe, You have to, there's a certain protocol. You don't just go home and do yourself. Do it slowly, Normally, when you go out, go Thailand, you do vitamin C, they give you a few grams and just to make you happy for the skin, right? But not for. So, Dr. Lim and I have tried on some cancer patient and documented it in Singapore. Vitamin C, okay, what about the effect? What happened? Vitamin C, is it effective? First thing, nobody was killed, nobody was so-called suffer from our treatment. It's quite safe, intravenous, okay? That is Dr. Lim here, okay? So I published a paper and emphasized vitamin C improves survival. That means you can extend, you can live longer. Doesn't mean you can treat the cancer. We never use vitamin C to treat. You go oncologist, see your oncologist, but use vitamin as a supportive to your current treatment. Quality of life. Patients don't suffer. After the drip, they go out, they can go out and eat they go out and eat and enjoy life. They don't go back and sleep and suffer a lot of side effects. So quality of life is more important. Some patients prefer, I would rather have shorter time, but quality, rather than dying longer time, So But actually, vitamin C can prolong the survival and improve the cancer treatment. Okay, these are the key things. We are not using vitamins to replace so-called conventional treatment. And I would like to share with you one case. This is ovarian cancer patient, stage 4, came to see me after surgery, after chemo. Okay, she is so weak, so tired. He said, just give me anything, booster my thing, So somebody referred, so we tried vitamin C. Okay, and this patient came to see me in March 2013. That is 5 years ago. And ovarian cancer, stage 4, the 5-year survival is less than 5%. Okay, most of them they die, they gone already, passed on already. So very few survive, you know. And furthermore, the patient, beside ovarian cancer, they found another lump here. Okay, they found this adenoma. Oh, she was so scared, you know, how come he can go there? She thought it spread. But luckily they found out it's not, okay? So the patient came and keep doing vitamin C. And actually, it just came out a few years back, vitamin C can enhance chemosensitivity of ovarian cancer. It's all published, okay? There's a benefit for different types of cancer. You can do a check. High dose vitamin C for liver cancer, for nose cancer, for the cancer. There are certain sub-publications, right? Okay. And to use antioxidant, first-line chemotherapy in ovarian cancer. That means it's reported, but somehow nobody used locally, you know. I just tried, and the patient survived. She is so healthy, you know. She cycles once a week, 20, 30 kilometers from East Coast, and then she do badminton. She's so healthy, you know. And we found people around, they don't know whether she suffered from cancer. Someone cannot be ovarian cancer, stage 4, you bluff. How can you go like you should be at home, okay, in your deathbed, you know? But she's enjoying life. So tomorrow she's going for ultras MRI. She's still followed by the oncologist, still under the scanning. The oncologist was surprised, you know. The oncologist actually wrote me like letter last time, see whether you can do a trial. But sometimes we found out vitamin C is not recognized, so they just never mind. But besides vitamin C, there's some other things. Right? So maybe you try breast next time. Because all these are high vitamin C. Orange is very low. Don't just take too far. Try guava or something orange. Lemon, say guava, red pepper, kale, higher vitamin C. Okay. So besides that, you have to have a good lifestyle. Okay. And that's why we think every cancer patient should consider doing something supportive, not just destructive to chemo. So if you want to know more, Dr. You see, his last time still young, so anti-aging. Okay. So we have a website. You can search about information. Okay. With that, I pass on to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Raymond, please remain on stage. Okay, how is the, sorry, I shouldn't wear this. How is the event so far? Okay, enriching. I didn't know that guava got vitamin C so much. But I can always tell you, food is the best therapy that you can ever give yourself, all right? So eat, but don't just eat garbage food. Eat the right food, including bird's nest. Okay, anyway, all right. So maybe I should start the panel discussion. The panel discussion is very, very interesting because it is not just an interactive session on the stage, but it is also a session that you can interact with us. Remember the Mentimeter? How many of you just now was on the Mentimeter? Well, some of you are shy, I know. So you don't know how to ask the questions, you can actually post the questions. All right, on the screen, you can ask. This is the chance. It is rare to have many, many doctors. There are 5 doctors. All right, to ask on the screen. Any questions you want to ask? Free one, no charging. Okay, usually doctors charge. Okay, so please post a question. It can be controversial, it can not. We try to accommodate to most of the questions. But I think before that, we should start the panel discussion, and we only answer your questions after the panel discussion. So maybe now I should also try to invite Dr. Timothy Loh again on stage. Thank you.
Dr. Timothy Loh, as you know already, Dr. Timothy, he is actually a very, very renowned scientist, no, not renowned scientist, renowned doctor in this part of the world. I think he is not just a doctor, but he actually is a medical head in some of the big pharma companies. So I think I look a lot to him in terms of bringing our company to the international stage. Next, let's welcome Dr. Susanna Kim. Thank you. Dr. Susanna is actually my research collaborator. Just now, those results that you saw just now, right? It is the work of her. So I used to be in the role of her, being an A-star scientist. I think it's better being a scientist than an entrepreneur. Trust me, trust me. Okay, but then, well, this is another decision that I have to make. But, you know, I want to show you that a scientist, a medical doctor can also become an entrepreneur. And let us welcome Dr. Phan Tuan Teng. He is the guy, multi-billion guy, in the Straits Times reported. Thank you. Yeah, it's being modest. Okay, so maybe I should ask the questions. I should get it here. Hang on. Okay, let's start the panel discussion. Maybe the first question towards Dr. Phan, yeah, dearest to me. So, Dr. Phan, what are the skin conditions that are related to the malfunction of the immune system?
Thanks coming and thanks everyone for having me here today. So as I said, brief introduction, coming for about 13 years, 14 years, 05, 04 in NUS, and you know, we're pleased to work with him in science and see him progress in entrepreneurship and so on and so forth. So I'm been actually working with him as collaborators, you know, for birth tests in skin research for a number of years, and he's very excited about result he achieved in different angles of research for bird nest. So my specialized in skin, I'm working on stem cell. I'm really invented this stem cell from umbilical cord tissues, and have a very successful company called Cell Research Corporation, group of companies. You may heard about this, and we are not IPO yet. We are on the process of this in New York a few years time, but not yet. So basically, you know, my big believer actually, because we work in stem cells, so we are working with a lot of so-called aging and age-related diseases. So as you know, if you recall last year, PM Lee have a speech to the fellow Singaporean. So first time he said, actually, age, we are facing a big problem with the aging and age-related diseases. With a 4 disease, common disease called cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular, and neuronal degeneration. And Singaporeans suffering 20 years, if you recall, he actually emphasized 20 years in diseases, and we don't want it. We can have some disease, but we have a good quality of life. We want to be suffering with the diseases. And imbalancing in immunology, in immune system is actually everything. So, and skin is one of them. So skin actually aids together with organ, but skin the first, the biggest organ in the body is, and skin is actually so-called the barrier to protect our body against environment. So actually, if you can see as a disease, chronic disease or age-related disease, actually like diabetes or stroke or cancer, skin actually go down very, very badly. And one disease, you may heard about it, actually called so-called, we call diabetic wounds or non-healing wounds. So we are very pleased. Last year, actually, PM Lee talked about this because myself and my groups, actually, we try to convince MOH actually chronic wounds, the diabetic wounds as a result from diabetic patient or from stroke is a big problem in Singapore, everywhere, but Singapore is not escaping from this. And the huge medical burdens because skin degrading, leading to the non-healing wounds and leading to amputation. Yeah. So sometimes because my lab actually next to NUH, if you're walking to the NUH, to the research building there, you can see the passing lane there. So you see some man, with one leg or no leg, sitting on a wheelchair, smoking outside, still smoking. And sometimes I look at his skin, look terrible. I mean, look black, look with a lot of the bad side of the skin, so-called degeneration. So we know that's actually when the skin is one of the first thing to get damaged when the patient get a chronic diseases. And I believe that's one of the bird nests bring back the imbalance, the balancing of the immune system. Is also a great thing for skin too. And we can take bird nest not only for preventing the chronic disease, but also to improve skin health. It's also great things. And actually, I'm a big believer in TCM, in Chinese medicine, or we call Dongyi. So in my view, actually, for the new war fighting against aging and age-related diseases, actually the TCM or Chungyi or Dongyi actually play a big role because Angmo sometimes they don't understand it. We are very lucky actually because we understand Chungyi, we understand it, and Chungyi actually balancing things, big thing, yin and yang. I can have 5 elements. In Vietnamese we call it Kim, Mok, Thủy, Hỏa, Thổ, or Kim, Mu, Sui, Hỏa, Thổ. Yeah. So actually the balancing between the key thing to get back to the healthy life and healthy condition. So that's why actually Chungyi or Dongyi, will play a big role in this, and I believe bird nest is one of the weapon we have today fighting aging and age-related diseases. And we are excited because actually we heard about bird nest, a lot of myth about bird nest, but first time ever the bird nest is proved scientifically in this country, in this one of the best research lab in Asia to prove one of the biological function of bird nest in immunobalancing. So actually we are lucky here and very excited about this. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fan. I think he's a surgeon. He's a skin surgeon, by the way. So yes, after answer questions on skin, I think we would like to know more about A-Star, isn't it? Because today you're all at A-Star. So I think I'll pose the question next to Dr. Susanna Kim. Now, Dr. Susanna, how novel, because we have been doing the collaborative research for almost 1 year. I think I'm not in any position to speak because I'm the product owner. I think we hear from a neutral scientist to see what kind of work has been done, what kind of collaborative research. With respect, how novel, that means how novel was this collaborative research? Is it the first in the whole world? With respect to the restriction of viral replication as well as the production of type 1 interferon, specifically interferon beta and cytokines. How novel is it?
Well, as a scientist, we do literature research on a almost hourly or even daily basis. And to my knowledge, to date, there is no evidence of EVN being able to stimulate production of interferon beta or restrict dengue viral replication. And our collaborative research outcome has surprising results that the compound that contains EVN was able to induce production of interferon beta as well as restricting the replication of dengue virus.
As I understand, there could be some work on immune system for bird's nest, as I think was given by Dr. Yuan just now. He mentioned there was other papers. So other papers was done on what kind of cells and what kind of cells did we do that is different from those research that's been done by other groups.
Well, I haven't read the paper, but from the title I can see that it's B cells. But the ones that we researched was macrophages, which are the front line of defense against bacteria and parasites and viruses. And that is actually very novel because innate cells are usually the cells that protects us from all these pathogens in the environment. So in comparison to that literature, our study focuses on the innate as well as bit on the adaptive immune system, the B cells.
Okay, thank you, Susanna. So now we know that actually our work has been done on macrophages. Macrophages is part of the innate immunity, yeah, and this is very important, the first line of defense. So probably this is the first work that is done in the whole world, right? I think we should give an applause to A-Star. Thank you. Okay, next question. May I draw the question to Dr. Timothy Loh? Okay, Dr. Loh, can I ask you, how do you rate immunotherapy as a treatment against cancer as compared to chemotherapy? You know what is the difference between chemotherapy and immunotherapy? So how would you rate immunotherapy as a treatment against cancer as compared to chemotherapy? And what is the basis of immunotherapy? I think the people here might be interested to know.
Very chim. All right. You all know that chemotherapy has always been used, in hospitals to treat cancer patients. First, they want to see whether they can cut the cancer out, and then subsequently they will give chemotherapy. But chemotherapy will kill the body's cancer cells as well as the healthy cells. So the new treatment that we've done clinical research into is immunotherapy, which is actually targeted therapy targeting the cancer cells. And the side effects is less. So the normal chemotherapy is very toxic. You see people losing their hair. You see people feeling very terrible, feeling lousy, nausea, vomiting, and they go through many cycles. And most of the time, they suffer and then they also die. Right? Of course, there are people who suffer and go through it and they live. Immunotherapy targets the cancer cells. Right? The cancer cells are very clever. They tend to put a stop. Yeah, they escape. They put a stop to the immune cells coming to kill them. Right? So immunotherapy goes in and it's also called checkpoint inhibitors. Right? They will make the cancer cells unable to stop the immune cells coming to kill them. Right? So that's the basis of it. They're checkpoint inhibitors. They are targeted to cancer cells, very targeted, and the side effects are less. Of course, there are immune side effects, right? So patients get very unusual side effects. Sometimes they feel itchy. Sometimes they get a little bit of fever. But nothing like hair dropping, nausea, the usual chemo toxic side effects. I'm trying to put it simply. That's the difference between chemo and immunotherapy. And research is also trying to combine immunotherapy and chemotherapy to see whether both is better than just immunotherapy. So it is still an ongoing research, right? So currently, you will see that there are about 2 or 3 immunotherapy drugs in the marketplace that is out already over the past few years. But more and more are coming out with less side effects and targeted to cancer cells.
Thank you, Dr. Timothy. Maybe the next question should be addressed to Dr. Raymond Yuan. Still on the topic of cancer, okay, how could immunosuppression lead to cancer? Immunosuppression means your immunity go down, lead to cancer. On the other hand, how could excessive inflammation or hyperimmunity lead to cancer too?
I just recall a few years back, at a medical conference, the oncologist, he's the head of the, I don't know, it's not Singapore doctors. He's the head of the oncology department. He's talking about immunotherapy. Then talking to all the doctors there. Then afterward, I came out and talked. Hey, doctors, asking about chemotherapy and immunotherapy. Then why you are suddenly changing your field? And he talked to me quietly and say, I just tell you frankly, my friends, chemotherapy never work. This is a true story. I'm not lying. Okay, it's a true story. A lot of side effects. Later I found out the truth. The success rate is so low. Then he's changing. Okay, try immunotherapy. That's why they have this immunotherapy. It works. No need to have any other new drugs, right? So they're testing on the new things, immunotherapy. So it looks like it's a promising, but still until now it's not yet mature. Okay, still under trial. Okay, trials. So it's still coming up. So, but we know chemo have a lot of toxic side effects because one of the toxic side effects because it damages your inner physician, your inner doctor, your immune system. Okay, so come back to your answer. Why immunosuppression causes cancer? Okay, but immunosuppressor like HIV. Okay, you know HIV, the ACE, the immunosuppressor. No. So normally you cut your hand, your wound will heal. Your healing is not due to antibiotic, your healing is due to your immune system. Okay? If you are immunodeficient, a single virus can kill you. And virus, once you are weakened, the virus can attack you. Okay? They call Kaposi sarcoma. Okay? Your immunosuppressor, you're more prone, you're more inside. Okay? And some viruses are known to cause cancer. Okay? Like your hepatitis B. You know hepatitis B? Some of them, they're a carrier. In our Southeast Asia, about 5-6%. So every kid now, once they're born, they're jabbed with B vaccine, you know. So when my child was born, the next day, say, she was given vaccination already without letting your parents know. Even though they know I'm a doctor, they don't care. They just jab, you know. So everybody vaccine, okay. So in order to protect liver cancer, okay, and like nowadays they talk about cervical tumor, HPV. So these are the vaccine costs. When you are immunosuppressed, this vaccine can go inside and attach to your genes, okay, to suppress it and then causing this cancer gene to come out. So cervical cancer, liver, and even nose, Professor Yu is about EBV, nose cancer, okay. So related to these viruses. So once you're immunosuppressed, you're more likely to expose to these toxins. Yeah. On the other hand, your immune system too active. Then you have antibody against your own cells. You know, you have rheumatoid, also SLE. So you need a balance. Okay. So and there's a way. Some of the causes of this imbalance due to our diet, our toxin, our radiation, everything. You know, we are living a toxic world. You know? So somehow you must know how to protect yourself from all these toxins, and at the same time boost your immune system. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yuan. I think in the interest of time, actually I have a few more questions for the panelists, but because I can see that there are overwhelming questions on the, I think you are very interested in our topic, isn't it? So I will choose 3 questions, okay, from this one, yes. Yeah, and but if you have any burning questions, the panelists are always available during tea time. Get to know your doctor, all right? And these are very friendly doctors. Okay, so especially in very, very difficult questions, please do. This is your chance. Maybe now I would like to address the first question. I will not ask who asked this question. What is the difference? This one I choose one, or you choose. What is the difference between eating the real bird's nest versus G nest? Okay, I think I answer, or Susanna, you wanna answer? I answer lah. I answer first, okay? I don't have a chance to answer. Give me a chance. Okay. I think we all know for centuries, for centuries, people have been eating bird's nest. I think definitely bird's nest is good. I'm talking about the real bird's nest or the raw, the agar-agar bird's nest, I call it. But you see, what happens is like, inside the bird's nest, there's also a lot of other, what we call fibers or things that are not bioactive. Okay, so the number of bioactive molecules present in the bird's nest must be potent enough to help you. All right, so a lot of times, you know, we have two issues when eating supplements, especially supplements. We talk about bioabsorption. Bioabsorption, you know what is bioabsorption? That means the molecules that you eat or the nutrients that you eat must be absorbed into the body. Otherwise, tomorrow, all right, you pangsai, everything come out, you know. So it is important for you to have what we call maximum bioabsorption. So the molecules that is in the real bird's nest are usually very large, unprocessed molecules. Okay, and those molecules, especially the bioactive molecules that you really need from bird's nest, are not the big ones. Are the bioactive, which are the small ones, because these are the molecules that will really go inside the cell receptor. You understand what I'm trying to say? So the difference between eating real bird's nest and G-Nest is that G-Nest has actually gone through extraction technologies, all right, in the sense that, because I already patented, so I can even tell you, we actually has a special, like a fishing rod. You know a fishing rod? Okay, you fish those things that you want, and those things that you don't want will be not extracted. You understand what I'm trying to say? So because we already know what is good for you, whether it's immunity or whether it's in neuroscience or even for skin, we already know, because scientists already have a huge database of bioactive molecules. So we already know what are the things that is good for you. So when we go for the extraction, it's a very targeted procedure. We actually target those molecules that you need. Sorry. You understand? So by eating G-Nest, you eat a higher percentage of those bioactive molecules that could be absorbed and at the same time potent enough to cause an effect. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I hope I answered to you. Whether it is bioabsorption or whether it is potency, G-Nest is definitely much more better than eating the real nest. I'm not saying that eating the real nest is not good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, sorry. I'm just saying that, all right, eating G-Nest will be a much more convenient way of obtaining, because bird's nest capsule is just popping. You don't need to cook. This is a very, very simple way of assimilating those bioactive molecules that you really need. Whereas in bird's nest, probably only a very small percentage, maybe only 1% or 2% of those that is absorbed. The rest is being passed out the next day. So that's the difference between eating real bird's nest and G-Nest. Oh, there's a next question. So somebody asked me a question. What is the role of antioxidant? What is the role of antioxidant in maintaining a balanced immune system? Maybe Dr. Yuan, you can answer?
Antioxidant is the one who can donate electrons, okay, to clear the free radical. You know, our body, a lot of toxic substance, they're producing radicals. This radical can damage your cell, and something about vitamin C is a potent antioxidant, okay? You take about 1-2 grams is have antioxidant. You have to build up your cell, clear the free radicals. But when you go higher dosage, it becomes a pro-oxidant. That means it can kill, it can damage cell, like by this mechanism, by this hydrogen peroxide. So vitamin C, low dose, antioxidant. Go higher, it becomes pro-oxidant, okay? You have different functions. So, and then you kill the cancer, okay? So when I would like to answer your this BirdNet and G-Nest, to me as a non-professional, when you go to Vietnam, last I go to Vietnam, they show me different type of BirdNet. This is a bloody bird, there are different types, you know. Some are real, some are not real. You don't know which type, what to buy, you know. So the price varies. So as a non-expert, you don't know which one to choose, okay? I think GNS, at least you don't care about this. This extra, you just put me in and get everything. Okay, the price is controlled anyway. They think you won't be cheated too much. Okay, but I don't know. so it's a high tech products. Okay?
Definitely eating
like your
GNS.
iPhone and your Samsung. You see.
Definitely eating GNS is cheaper than eating the real NAS.
Yeah, I don't know the price. I'm not promoting the products.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Yuan. Okay, I think I have time for how many questions? One more only. So kiam. Okay lah. Is EBN and EBN supplements safe for children and pregnant women? Dr. Fan, you want to answer this question? Oh, I want to answer. Yeah, I should answer. Yeah. Okay, supplements. Well, I think depends on, of course, where's the source of the supplement, what is the brand of the supplements. I think that matters a lot. But also more importantly is where is it manufactured. I think it's very important. You must know the source of manufacture because some quality control is very important. Yeah, but if you just look, but let's say we are looking at pure EBN. Okay, we're looking at pure EBN as a whole. I'm talking about no contaminants, no additives, because bird nests in the market, some of them are contaminated, we all know. Some got bleach, some got nitrites, and sometimes feces, bird feces. You want to eat bird feces? And even bird urine. So these are toxic. So of course, I'm now talking about pure EBN. That means removing all those bird feces, removing all those bleach, removing all those nitrites. Is EBN supplement safe for children and pregnant women? Now, as a scientist, I would tell you that it is definitely safe for children, all right? Because how young, all right? How young can you eat? Now, to me, I think you can eat as early as if the kid can swallow the capsule, right? So as early as maybe even 4 to 5 years, you can eat already start. As you can see just now, I showed you a slide, a comparison between EBN and infant milk. Infant milk. Now, infant formula nowadays is very expensive in the market. Because I have a kid recently, and I realized that, wow, infant milk is very expensive. Better drink natural milk. Natural milk is the best. My wife is still breastfeeding, by the way. Breast milk is the best. Don't you agree? Yeah, and I can tell you, one very astonishing finding that we found out is that in breast milk, we tried to find out what is the bioactive molecules in breast milk, right? Now, in breast milk, basically, what you want to give to your infant, basically is you want to build a very strong immune system, right? Number one. Number two, you want to actually improve the brain health. You want the children to get as smart as possible, right? Develop the brain better, because that's the critical stage of growth. So basically, breast milk actually caters for that, all right? You realize that parents feed milk with breast milk, as compared to infant milk, you can see the kid will be smarter and also be stronger. I mean, I'm talking about generally in statistics speaking. So we also found out that the bioactive molecules in breast milk, one of the key molecules is salic acid. Salic acid is a very special form of glycopeptides. In case you don't know, it's a very special form of protein that is mixed with sugar, not the glucose sugar, glycopeptides. And we found that, all right, no other food in the whole world can be compared to breast milk. Only bird's nest can. Only bird's nest in terms of salic acid. I'm talking about salic acid. I'm talking about natural salic acid. I'm not talking about synthetic salic acid. I'm talking about natural salic acid content. It is the only food in the whole world that is equivalent to breast milk. How many of us do take breast milk from our mother now? So if you don't drink breast milk from your mother, the next best thing for you is to eat GNS, not bird's nest. Next question is that for pregnant women, do we advise them to eat? I think as medical doctors, we are always we want to cautious, right? We want to be very careful. Nothing wrong to eat EBN when you are pregnant, because in fact, bird's nest is a favorite food for most pregnant mothers. In fact, a lot of people, the traditional old age mother will swear by it. They'll say, hey, I must give birth next to my daughter-in-law to eat, isn't it? So I think for pregnant mothers, pregnant ladies, I think definitely EBN is safe because a lot of people have been eating it for many years already anyway. All right, but for EBN supplements, because it is extracted product, so we would really advise them, they can eat, but if there's anything that happens, all right, please go and consult for doctor's advice. I think that is the best thing. All right, but for me, at least, EBN is definitely safe for pregnant ladies. Okay, is there any other questions that you want to ask? If not, I think we are running out of time. Can I just ask one more question? One more, please. Because, you know why? I want to ask Dr. Susanna Kim. Because today we are on the ground of A-Star. We should give her one more question to ask. If you don't mind. Okay, Dr. Susanna Kim. How does innate immunity involve macrophages, and adaptive immunity involve B cells? And how does this relate to the significance of the research outcome that is achieved by our collaborative studies?
So the innate immune system is like I said before, front line of defense against the pathogens like viruses, bacteria, and parasites. And the adaptive immune system is the one that holds a memory so that we can have a faster response to the second round of infection. So the adaptive immune cells, such as B cells, produce antibodies against the infectious materials. So the relating to our research outcome is that the compounds that we tested was able to induce and stimulate the innate immune system as well as adaptive immune system. So overall, there was a lot of stimulation that could possibly point to a good health.
So thank you very much for helping us to validate the outcomes of GNAS. And then with GNAS, I think we are trying to say that it is a very good product for a balanced immunity. And with a balanced immunity, you can really elevate a lot of these chronic diseases, very terrible diseases, including cancer. All right, I'm not saying that it will stop cancer, but it will definitely lower the chance of you contracting cancer. Fighting aging as well, I think that's more important because of your very healthy immune system. That means to say that the stem cells are healthy because it's not being attacked by the immune system. And that means you can have a better aging system, delay aging, and that is so important because a lot of times it is age that gives you the diseases. So let us not age, okay? Thank you very much. You age healthily. Oh, yes, as a token of appreciation. Now, that's not the end of the discussion. By all means, please interact with the panelists, your favorite ones, at the tea ceremony. During the tea break. Okay, and then I just want to show my appreciation, and finally, I will give one GNAS to Dr. Yuan. Thank you. How many? Two per one. I'm too generous. Okay, Dr. Yuan, thank you very much. Dr. Timothy Loh, thank you very much. I hope this will not decrease your business in your clinic. Dr. Susanna Kim, thank you very much. I haven't shaken hands. Thank you. And of course, my favorite, Dr. Fan. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can we take a photograph of all the panelists together? Yeah, come. Yes. Yeah, GNAS. Okay. All right. Okay. This is going to be immediate. Better be at your best. Thank you. Okay, we are moving into the next. It's not the end yet, please don't go home. Still got, still got. Oops. Okay, next we would like to have invite some of our partners who are signing an MOU ceremony with us. May I invite Amaze Health representative up? And also, may I invite the CanCare representative up? Thank you. Amaze. These are going to be our marketing partner to distribute our products all over the world. I hope more to come. Okay, thank you very much. Amaze. Okay. CanCare Vietnam will represent us in Vietnam. So those of you interested in Vietnam, please, all right, bring our product, Singapore product, to Vietnam. Thank you. Oh, okay, take photo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Give me another 5 minutes, okay? Because there's something coming up very, very exciting. So please stay for another 5 minutes. May I invite the next partner to come out, ARC 99 representative. Okay. The next one is, can't remember. Can I see this one? Gucci Tech. Thank you. Thank you. I think with the involvement of ARC 99 and Gucci Tech, we should be into China. So more people should come to China with us. Thank you. And the last one, I think I would like to invite AMG International, AMG Profitable Surian Bahat, a Malaysian company. So we also want to have some voice in Malaysia. Thank you. Thank you, AMG. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So next, I think I will try to pass the baton to my GM, Mr. Kenneth. I think he has good news for all of you. May you all just give him 5 to 10 more minutes. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I know the time has been quite long. However, I think the whole event, I hope many of you would have shared and received wonderful information. Well, my name is Kenneth Lam, and actually I'm asked to mention one other item, and I was told I only have 2 minutes, all right? Because there's some beautiful, wonderful food out there. However, before I mention this one other item that is really very close to me, before that, I take this opportunity once again to thank our panel of medical professionals and our immuno research scientists. I would like all of you to join me. Another round of applause for Dr. Timothy Tao, Dr. Lau, Dr. Susanna Kim, Dr. Pan, and Dr. Raymond Yuan. However, I must say that Dr. Lim Ka Meng has facilitated the forum very well, making a lot of things so simplified for me to understand. What the kind of world that we are actually living in, the kind of harmful viruses that we are dealing with, and yet we know there are a lot of beautiful health supplements that we can look up to, while a lot of research drugs are still being fully understood. All right? So, in fact, during this whole afternoon, on this stage, we have only briefly heard about GNEST, which is actually a revolutionary health supplement that modulates our immune functions within our entire physique and making sure our body immune systems actually work well and healthily. So more information on GNEST actually has been, we have put a little leaflet into your brochures, into our folder, and you can find out more about GNEST. But my role today at this very moment in this probably another 1 minute is as a grateful gesture of appreciation to every one of you here this afternoon. Figo Biotech is welcoming you to try out this supplement at a one-time only special price of $138. And also for this event today and media launch, every one of you is given a system code to buy up to 5 boxes of GNEST at a total discount of Singapore dollars, $1,000, which means that every box that you are going to buy today, if you wish to buy today outside, is at a discount of 200 Singapore dollars. So you have a total savings of Singapore $1,000. All right, only for today, and it's a one-time special price. However, not to worry, we will continue to say something more. So this is an e-voucher that my colleague here, Ferris, is showing you, and the next slide. As you can see, when you go back into the system, we have already given every one of you a system code. This system code allows you to buy, as I've said, 5 boxes, but you can buy 1 at a time, you can buy 2 at a time, and we will capture your purchase. And this promotional code, because as we take supplements, we need to see whether it works. So this promotional code will last up to a month or 5 weeks, okay? So do remember, we have, for certain reasons, priced it after discount at Singapore dollars 138. And in Chinese, we say 一生发,一生都要发. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, please remember, everything can wait. But your health, our health, we cannot wait. 什么都可以等，但是您的健康不能够等，好不好？ So I've used up my 2 minutes, and I'll welcome back Dr. Lim to close the event today.
Okay, now I'm going to be your host again. Thank you very much for staying until now. I just have 1 minute of closing remark. I'd like to thank a lot of people for making this event a success. But more importantly, I just want to let you know that your health, there is no price attached to it. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. And even for the bird's nest, all right, we make it such that 1 capsule is equivalent to 1 piece of bird's nest. And the market price of 1 piece of bird's nest, if you go outside and buy, I don't know how many of you eat bird's nest lah, but 1 piece of bird's nest is equivalent already to about $30 to $40. I'm talking about the real bird's nest. And there are 30 capsules inside. Okay, you do the maths. I'm not going to be a salesman. I'd like to thank everybody here, my good friend, my business partner, and more importantly, of course, to A-Star, more importantly, to all the sponsors that actually have given us a very strong endorsement and support. May I thank Sirius System, a new group. There's a listed company in Singapore, all right? Alpha Laboratories, which is a very big MNC pharmaceutical firm in New Zealand. CanCare, Vietnam, thank you very much for being the gold sponsors. A lot of money has been sponsored to us. Thank you very much for your support. Next, the silver sponsors, Naturopathic Research Institute, all the way from Hong Kong. Hong Kong, all right, this is an institute that actually look at natural therapies. Now we are looking at natural compounds, natural therapy. And they are our silver sponsors. And also with special thanks to one of the leaders in supplements in Singapore and even in Asia, GNC. Thank you very much for being our silver sponsors. Bronze sponsor, Yakin International, okay, is a biotech firm in Malaysia. So we have strong support from Vietnam, from Malaysia, and also in China. And of course, not forgetting all the goodie bag sponsors, those that you're going to bring back. I think more than $250 in value. All right, the goodie bag that you are having, okay? They are from Twinkle, a child product, okay? AOX water, the water that is inside is very clean, special water, not the normal water. Panomics Health, a diagnostic company. 365 Prevention Cancer Society, thank you very much for sponsoring your recipe, very important. Go home, try to use the food recipe. It's very effective for prevention of cancer. And of course, Juvie Skin, Weihe, and the very, very familiar Mr. Bean. All right, thank you very much for all your sponsorship. Thank you. With that, I think I would like to end the event, or end the event, and yes.
Sorry,
yes.
during the system capture, when we do the promotional sale, you have to key in your email, all right? Because we lock in according to your email. And of course, as you know, we have got the GNest products out there for you to have a better understanding of the GNest. Okay, Professor, thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. I hope that you will help us to reach our unicorn status. You know what is a unicorn? A $1 billion company. Thank you very much. Make Singapore proud. Thank you. Please have the food outside. Very sumptuous food is waiting for you. Thank you.